welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. If you subscribe to my channel from Threads, you know where this topic is going. Bag work is overrated, and that does not determine how good you are offensively as a scorer compared to somebody. I use LeBron and Kobe as an example, and that got a lot of engagement, whatever. Didn't really, I do think LeBron is the better scorer, and there's multiple reasons why I could go into that, or I can get into that now. LeBron has one scoring title. Okay, Kobe has two. So the people that bring up scoring titles in that debate, Kobe only has two of them. It's not like he has how many Michael Jordan got 10 scoring titles. It's not like he got a double-digit scoring titles. He only got 9. He has less scoring titles than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant only got 4 scoring titles. So I'm trying. Then LeBron was more efficient throughout his career, averaged more points per game, led the league in field goals made, 2-pointers made more, led the league in field goals made, 2-pointers made, and free throws made more, and he has 21 straight seasons with 24 points per game, has the most points all the time, probably the most consistent scorer in NBA history. Kobe only had 16 straight seasons of averaging 22 plus points, and LeBron, every year his career has averaged over 20 points. Kobe didn't do that his first 2 to 3 years in the league, and he didn't do it towards the end neither. Now, towards the end, that's more so with the back injuries. But still, you got to take their whole careers. You got to look at what they did in their respective eras. You can't just change history and try to adjust it to, oh, if I take this time period to that time period. LeBron and Kobe played in the same era. LeBron just played past that. When LeBron came into the league, Kobe was entering his 7th or 8th year. So it's not like they just never played against each other. They've been in all-star games against each other before. They've been on all NBA teams before. So they played in the same era at one point. LeBron has played through 3 different decades. He's played in the 2000s, in the 2010s, and the 2020s. LeBron has 42,000 points. You don't get 42,000 points by just shooting, making layups and dunks all your career. LeBron came into the league and he was a mid-range shooter. He was shooting the mid-range. In 2007, what the Spurs did, they had a great defensive system, and they forced him to shoot, which he couldn't do at that time. He wasn't a good three-point shooter when he first came into the league. So by that time, and what was his deepest playoff run to that moment, his first finals appearance, he wasn't used to that pressure. He wasn't used to that. So he was forced to shoot. But even with him not being that great of a three-point shooter early in his career, he's improved over the years. He shot not too long ago, had the best three-point percentage of his career with the Lakers, and now in for his career shoots 34.9% from the three-point line. That's almost 35% on 4.7 attempts per game. Kobe shot 33% on 4.1 attempts from 3 per game. And they also both averaged 19 field goals per game, and LeBron shot 6% better from the field. So if LeBron is more efficient, averaged more points per game at 27 points per game throughout his career, Kobe averaging 25 points per game, led the league in more statistical categories as far as 2-pointers made, field goals made, free throws made, a more consistent scorer. How is LeBron not the better scorer than Kobe? And that's because of bag work. People look at a bag. A bag does not make you a better scorer than somebody. Having a bag means you score in fun ways. It's more appealing to the casual viewer. The casual fan is going to appeal to somebody like a Kobe more than a LeBron because he's known as this tough shot maker. I don't know why we praise taking terrible shots and making them. I mean, it's good for him, I guess. Like, I'm not saying that Kobe wasn't a good scorer. He was a great scorer, but so is LeBron, and LeBron's the better scorer than him. But people like to praise these tough shot makers. But wouldn't you want to get your shots at a more effective rate? How can you discredit LeBron for getting 42,000 points because he drove to the basket a lot? He got dunks, he got layups, he did that. He shot the mid-range. He shoots 4.7 threes per game, and that's increased because he's been able to adjust to the new era that he's played in. Like I said, he's played in 3 different eras, and he's played in the 2000s, played in the 2010s, and played in the 2020s now. And his career is probably coming to an end soon, either this season or next. I wouldn't be surprised. So it's like, if he has all these, statistically, you can't prove that Kobe is a better scorer. The only thing that Kobe has over LeBron is 2 scoring titles. One, because he won 2 scoring titles compared to LeBron's 1, and he shot 10% better from the free throw line on the same amount of attempts. And so yeah, LeBron, that's one flaw in his for him scoring wise. He was never a great free throw shooter, only 73% for his career. But aside from that, what are you gonna mention? His 60. If you bring up his 60-point games, Kobe had more 60, 50-point games. That's cool. Wilt Chamberlain has the most 60-point games in history. So where do you rank him? And it can't be based off of era. You can't do that because you have to look at what did they do in their respective eras. So you can't try to discredit Wilt because he only played against 8 teams. He can't control who he played against. So that's still impressive to me. If your criteria for scoring is who has the most 60-point games, Wilt should be the greatest scorer of all time because he got more 60-point games than Michael Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Kobe, etc. Like I said, he has the most all time. So where would you rank Wilt as a scorer? Tell me that. I mean, some people have him top 5, which they should. He's a guy that has a 100-point game, average 50 in a season. Was the most consistent scorer of the 60, so he's definitely a top 5 scorer. But if your argument for Kobe over LeBron is that he had more 60-point games, then Wilt should be the greatest scorer of all time in your opinion. A bag is being able to score in more fun ways, and I'm going to get into current day examples as well. But Kobe is more fun to watch than LeBron because he's taking these tough shots, making these tough shots, and they both had flashy dunks in their careers, but LeBron probably got more. But I mean, I don't know if they can really be proven, but I think that all comes down to what you determine. But bag work, it's subjective. It really determines who do you enjoy watching the most. Like Joel Embiid, hey, he has a deeper bag than Nikola Jokic, I feel like. But Jokic is a better playmaker. He does more stuff. He's a playoff riser. He has risen in the playoffs. We've seen him lead his team to a championship, while Embiid still hasn't found the conference finals yet. And some of that has been on injuries, but some of that has been on him because he's not a great playoff performer. So even though Embiid may be more talented, he may have a deeper bag, he isn't better than Jokic because a lot of the stuff, like Jokic is a top 5 player in the NBA. You can top 3 realistically. So it's hard for me to say, oh, well, Embiid, he's more fun to watch. And some people might not like Embiid because of all the flopping that he does. When he's not flopping, when he's actually in his bag, or Wemby, for example, Wemby, who's super fun to watch, shooting all these threes, blocking shots, doing all this. Wemby may be the better player maybe the better defender than Jokic, but he doesn't have enough body of work to put him over Jokic, at least not yet. Can he be the best center in the league? He can be, but some people, you might enjoy him more because this 7'4" Frenchman who can do it all, who can shoot, who can play great defense. But it's like, is that enough to put you over Jokic when obviously prayers up? I'm pretty sure he recovered from the blood clot fully, so he'll be back next season. So hopefully he'll have to go through that again. But if you're using bag work to determine who's a better player, then Wemby will be above Jokic. Because Wemby is more fun to watch than Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic has a boring game style. And that's no hate against Jokic, but Jokic, he does some flashy stuff, but he's not necessarily a fun player to watch. And another example I'm going to get into to bring it to current day stuff and why a bag is really subjective and really comes down to who you enjoy watching more. And Cam Thomas. The reason why Cam Thomas can't be a first option on a winning team is because that's all he is. He's a guy with elite bag work, but he doesn't bring you anything else to the table. He's not getting you a lot of rebounds. He's not playmaking very much. He's not playing much defense. He's giving you efficient scoring, but he's doing nothing else. You can't just have, and being a guy that's mainly known for bad work and being efficient that's actually better because some people that are just known for their bad work aren't efficient. So it's good that he's efficient, but what else is Cam Thomas bringing to the table? You aren't going to pay this guy a lot. Cam Thomas last year averaged 24 points per game, shot 43 points, 8% from the field on 18 shots per game, shot 34.9% from 3 on 7.8 attempts per game, which is a lot of threes. And then he shot 88.1% from the free throw line on 6 free throw attempts per game. And I want to compare him to Jalen Brunson, who averaged, and Jalen Brunson, let me know in the comments who y'all think is more fun to watch. Do you think Cam Thomas or Jalen Brunson is more fun to watch? I think Cam Thomas has a deeper bag, and I enjoy watching him play more. But Jalen Brunson averages more points on better efficiency from the field goal and from 3. He's only lower in free throw percentage, so how can I say that Cam Thomas is a better scorer or a better player because I enjoy him more? No, that's why I prefer to watch him more. But Brunson averages 26 points per game, which is 2 more, shoots 48.8% from the field on 18.5 field goal attempts. So that's 5% better on 0.3 more field goal attempts. So that's barely a field goal attempt more. shoots 38.3% from three. If you want to round up Cam Thomas's, he's shooting 3% better. Jalen Brunson is. And then Brunson shoots 82% from the free throw line. So out of these four categories, Jalen Brunson wins three of them: points per game, field goal percentage, and three-point percentage. I might enjoy Cam Thomas more. I might enjoy watching him more. So I might check out more Nets games than I do Knicks early on in the season, because I enjoy Cam Thomas and the bag, and the quote-unquote bag that he has, because he's a super fun player to watch. But Jalen Brunson is the better player. He's given me more playmaking-wise. He's shown that he can lead a team into the playoffs. We've seen what he can do. He can play. We've seen what he did in Dallas on that playoff run they went on in 2022 with him and Luka, who played some solid defense throughout that playoff run. And then people questioned him getting the money that he did. But we've seen him in this role, the way he can do. Okay, this is his. He can play this role, and now can he elevate to another one? And he showed us he could do that with the Knicks. And he's led them all the way to the conference finals. So Jalen Brunson, I do, and it's not to say I don't enjoy Jalen Brunson playing basketball, because I enjoy basketball in general. But certain players you're going to find more fun than other players. And Jalen Brunson Cam Thomas shot 44% from the field, which that's not bad at all. That's the league average is around 43% for guards. So that's actually really good. But Cam Thomas has to bring more to the table for him to get paid what he wants, because he's a restricted free agent right now. But his next contract after his tenure with the Nets is up, whether he resigns or goes to a different team, he's not going to have, some teams are going to offer, he's going to get a good contract, but he's essentially what Jalen Green is, but cheaper. He's a cheaper Jalen Green. Jalen Green is the guy but Jalen Green is inefficient. Cam Thomas is more efficient than Jalen Green. So he's younger and cheaper. So some teams might take a chance on that, but he has to be able to bring more to the table. That's why you can't say, oh, this guy, he has a deeper bag, so I want to use that and say, because he has a deeper bag, that makes him a better scorer. Having a deeper bag means just more fun to watch. Just because it's more fun to you to watch doesn't make it better. You have to be objective when you're thinking about this, when you're talking about this. You can't say, oh, well, his bag is so deep, that's what puts him over the top, that's what puts him up there. You can't do that. Because like I said, bag work is subjective. I can name a list of players right now that I think Cam Thomas has a deeper bag than, and I'm Colin Sexton, Tyus Jones, Jalen Brunson, Scottie Pippen Jr., Austin Reeves, Tyrese Halliburton, T.J. McConnell, Andrew Nembhard, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. Cam Thomas has a deeper bag than these guys, in my opinion, but Cam Thomas can't do what Derek White can. He can give you 17 points and give you elite defense, give you all NBA type defense, which is why he is a championship winning guard. It's not like, even though he wasn't the one that was averaging the most points, or he wasn't the first option, but he still played a critical role on a championship team. Cam Thomas hasn't shown me he can do that. And Tyrese Halliburton, he led the Pacers to the finals in a year that really nobody expected it. Every series they went into, they were doubted. But Tyrese Halliburton, he doesn't have to score to be some great player. He can still be top 15 without having to put up 20 points per game. He's an elite playmaker. He's going to get you a good amount of rebounds. He's a good leader. He's displayed that. Led them to the conference finals last year, and really so he led them to the conference finals, then got back and got to the finals the next year. He just went out with an unfortunate injury and couldn't play in Game 7. He couldn't finish Game 7. Jalen Brunson, like I already explained, like some of these players that I mentioned, like they might not have as deep bags, but they're better players because of what their role is and because they've displayed that they're not just a one-dimensional player. People that I think it's a toss-up, De'Aaron Fox, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, these are toss-ups because it's like, who do I enjoy more? Whose bag is deeper? Like having a deeper bag does not make you a better player. It's who you enjoy more. Like, and then the guys that don't have deeper bags, and Cam Thomas, who shot above 44% from the field, Zach LaVine, Shea, Ja Morant, Steph Curry, Kyrie, and all these players are better than Cam Thomas, but it's still like, oh, Cam Thomas got a deep bag. Like, don't get it twisted. He's super fun to watch. But Cam Thomas has to be able to play a Derek White type of role, a T.J. McConnell type of role. If you want to win a championship, are you willing to come off the bench? That's what CP3 is going to do in his final year. Are you able to adjust and come off the bench? Are you able to play good defense? You don't even got to play lockdown defense, but can you play good defense and put in the effort to become a good defender? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cam Thomas is 6'4", so he got the size to be a solid defender. He don't got to be some elite defender. That's not what I'm saying. but can he at least be solid? Can he at least give me what Scottie Pippen Jr. is giving the Grizzlies on defense? And then the last example I'm going to use is Kevin Durant and Tracy McGrady. Now, this one, I think it's pretty obvious. Now, this really comes down to a personal preference because a lot of people like Kevin Durant. Some people don't want to give him credit because he went to the Warriors. We're way past that. Who cares at this point? He won 2 Finals MVPs, won 2 chips, and he got a chance to win again in Houston. Let's see what happens. But people still don't want to give him credit for that. And people talk about Tracy McGrady a lot as if he was Tracy McGrady was a good player, don't get me wrong. But who's more fun to watch? Some people might prefer T-Mac. Some people might prefer Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant has 2 more scoring titles, averaged 8 more points, shot 7% better from the field, 6% better from 3, 8%, but 12%, not 12, 14% better from the free throw line, or 13 if you want to round it up. Led the league in free throws made 3 times, which is 2 more than he did. Led the playoffs in points per game 3 more times than T-Mac did, which was KD led 5 times. And KD averaged 25 plus points for 16 straight seasons, averaged 25 plus points every playoff run he had. T-Mac only, in his 8 playoff runs, only averaged 20 plus 6 times. And he only had 8 seasons out of his 16 where he averaged 20 plus points. And Kevin Durant has 30K points all time, 8th most all time. T-Mac isn't even top 25. So you have all these statistics in front of you. You think, oh, well, it's about the eye test. The eye test is proving all these statistics to be true because Kevin Durant kills it from the mid-range, one of the most consistent scorers. He came back and looked better after an Achilles tear. Most people don't do that. So you're saying that you can't use stats to prove a point, but you can in certain situations. Obviously, stats isn't the end-all, be-all. You do have to watch the games. But when you have this much evidence that proves one player is a better scorer than the other one, the only thing you have to go off of is bag work. Who appealed to me more? Who was more fun to me to watch? And that's not how it works. Trae Young is my favorite player in the NBA. I've seen him from college, from Oklahoma to him getting drafted by the Mavs and getting traded for Luka, leading the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, and the Hawks really not doing anything to help him. Maybe adding DeJounte Murray, which didn't help them at all. So it's like Trae Young is my favorite player. I own 3 pairs of his shoes. But does that make him the best player in the NBA? No. He's top 20, but, or wherever you want to, I mean, I would put him top 20 probably, maybe top 25 for right now, but that don't make him the best player in the league. Like, I can acknowledge that Luka Doncic is the better player, but did the Mavs, I'm not even going to get into that trade, but because they ended up with Cooper Flag through that entire process, so the Mavericks are a weird organization. It's really the new ownership thing. But like I said, Trae Young is, my favorite players are Trae Young and Paolo Banchero. Those are my 2 favorite players in the league right now. Does it make both of them top 10? No, it's certain. I'm not going to put Paolo over Giannis because I enjoy him more. Giannis is the better player. He's giving you he's giving you elite defense, being consistently been on all defensive teams. He's won a DPOY. He's won a back-to-back MVPs. So I'm not finna act oblivious and just say, oh, Paolo is definitely the better player because I like him more. No, that's not how it works. Shea is the best point guard in the league. Like, Trae Young is my favorite point guard, but Shea is the best point guard. He led his team to a championship. He played great defense. And really, I want to talk about foul baiting. Look at that entire 2018 class. Luka, Shea, Trae Young, all of them. Most of them are foul baiters, however you want to call it. But getting to the line, that's how you get easy points. The only other time people hated on free throws is when James Harden did it. But this has always existed. Y'all didn't care what Kevin Durant did that ripped through. Y'all didn't. But at the end of the day, having a bag is cool, but what more do you bring to the table? You have to have more than just having a bag. The reason why LeBron has the most points of all time without necessarily having a bag is because you say that he doesn't have a bag. He can score in multiple different ways, and it's proved that throughout his career. You just don't enjoy the way that he plays. Maybe it's because of personal reasons. Maybe that's why Kobe Bryant has a bag, but that's really based on, is he more fun to watch? Do you have more fun watching this player or this player? LeBron is ranked, I have LeBron ranked higher all the time than Kobe, but Kobe was the more fun player to watch, quote unquote. He had the deeper bag because he made all these tough shots, so it's like, wow, that's impressive seeing it. So, yeah, But LeBron, he got his points done in easier ways and at a more efficient rate. So that's what makes him the better scorer. He did it at a more efficient rate, and you can't statistically disprove that. If you want to go off an eye test, then you clearly weren't watching the playoffs or anything, because LeBron is easily the most consistent. Well, Karl Malone got a case too. I won't say easily, but LeBron is one of the top 2 or 3 most consistent scorers in NBA history. He's did it in the playoffs and in the regular season, and has been efficient while doing it. So if you think Kobe is the better scorer, that and that's how you evaluate eye tests, that's just because you think he has a deeper bag, because he was more fun to you to watch. But LeBron is a better scorer than Kobe all time. Jalen Brunson is a better scorer than Cam Thomas, but Cam Thomas is more fun to watch. That's an opinion that can't be proven. Me saying who I think is more fun to watch, it can't be proven or disproven. That's just what I think. Like certain guys, like he has a deeper bag than, like I said, Derek White. But Derek White is the better player, and he brings more to the table. He offers more, and it's a reason why the Celtics wanted him when they on their journey to getting championship gold once again. Kevin Durant and T-Mac, a lot of people want to disrespect Kevin Durant. I just use this as an example, but there's too much to say that T-Mac could be a better scorer than Kevin Durant. I don't even think you can put them in the same conversation, but some people might enjoy watching T-Mac more than Kevin Durant, which is why I use the example. But leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment what y'all think, share for others to see.